Shalom, shalom. We are the men of the Great Millstone, the Chicago branch. And first and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all our fellow laborers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To the scattered Israelites that are scattered to the four corners of the earth, scattered among the heathen, often looking like the heathen. To the the few Aquaf that are listening and learning, to you, we give a sincere shalom. What do we title this one?
This is open forum.
Oh, open forum? Kind. Well, I want to talk about what I was talking about later that started with that. With giving that scripture about the death adder. Because I watched, something popped up in my feed on the YouTube, and it was maybe I'll just send it to you. Well, basically, because now they might give us a strike because it's the View, but nevertheless, it was a clip of Pamela Anderson defending Julian Assange. All right, and that bitch. Meghan McCain, your father was a coward. All the men that was in the POW camp with him said that he was a sellout and he was giving people up. All right. That's what all the men who were in that POW camp. So he was a damn coward. All right. So you need to shut your fat ass up. But anyway, basically she was just basically stating the fact that Julian Assange, he revealed wickedness. He revealed murders. He revealed shady dealings, unrighteous dealings, and he revealed crimes of war. War crimes, which no one has been punished for any of them. But instead of they want to look at the war crimes, they don't want to hear it. I'm talking about. And then she kept saying, "Well, he's a cyber terrorist. He's a cyber terrorist," and he put and Pam just quite frankly said, "Well, how many people have WikiLeaks killed?" And then she said, "Well, and how many people have the U.S. government killed?" Exactly. Millions, probably in the hundreds of millions. All right? Yeah. So go ahead and get that scripture, Marco Shah.
This is Psalms 58, and I'll start at 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder.
They're like the deaf adder, man. When the truth and the evidence starts coming out on what Esau's done, they don't want to hear it, man.
Right. It's like he said they are estranged from the womb. As soon as they be born, speaking lies. And it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So they're able to tell these lies, but put it out there as it's some type of information, as it's some type of, truth, as it's some type of light, So then when they finally getting exposed and all this truth is coming out that your skirt is being uncovered, then it's like they'll say, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. No, that's not, you know what I'm saying? And this is
right. It's like I said, I murdered them all, but what about you? What about me? I didn't murder anyone. Where's your right? Hey, you made a peanut butter sandwich this morning. Exactly.
Right. This is your turn. The brother having he said to go up and peanuts. This is Psalms 58, verse 1. It says, "Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men?"
So the Lord's asking a question, all right? That the elder was going to, especially about this U.S. government. Go ahead.
Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
The violence, right? It says in your heart works what? Wickedness. And in your hands do what? Violence upon the earth, man. The crimson, crime, ye bloody men, like David called you, man. All right? All types of lies, murders, all right? Your words are softer than oil. The war is in your heart. America is guilty. Get over it, man. It's the biggest fucking crime lord on planet Earth, man. Starting with Esau and Edom. right? And this is his jewel, his crown city, man. He's guilty, man. And the Lord is not about to acquit the wicked. So what Pamela Anderson said about the U.S. murdering millions is true. How was this country even got it? Everybody forgets about that.
Yeah, it's like you're still playing the Star Spangled Banner. All right, okay. For example, you got this dude. What's his name? Anthony Brown. He created all these problems on all these teams. He's a known fuck up. It looks like he may have did what he did on purpose so he can make it to this team that he's on now. But yeah, he's going to the Patriots, which means the Patriots is already wiping the floor to everybody, and they get him, they really gonna wipe the floor. All right.
Not to mention the owner that got acquitted for soliciting that prostitute.
There you go. Another point. Touche. All right. But nevertheless, man, then you have a man who took a knee to stand up for what for justice. But nobody wants to deal with him. But then this man who brings dissent and chaos to the game and to teams, he's hot. Esau is just backwards, man. He does everything just ass backwards. It's total. That's what's that order ab chaos.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's just like with us, man. They when it comes to the Hebrew Israelites, so what are we talking about? We're talking about following certain dietary laws, following the laws of the Bible, not hurting your people, not hurting anyone for that matter. All right. Not stealing, not killing, not murdering. Not being an adulterer. Teaching our women to be with only one man, the family values, the things of the Bible, man. But yet, everyone comes against that. But we talk about, you start talking about smoking weed and doing all kind of wickedness, and then let your daughters grow up to work at a damn strip club and jump on the cop carousel at 13 and don't stop until she's 40. Then want to get married and shit. You've been married 500, 600 times already. As long as that's out there, then nobody's got a problem with it, man. All right, but we talk about living righteously, and everybody got a problem with it, man. All right, so Julian Assange, he exposed a bunch of wickedness, same thing we do, and we're hated for it. All right.
I got a precept for you.
Go ahead, brother.
If somebody know that it's I'm gonna read this. If this is precept, niggas of Job that clicks, I'm sure you can grab it. But it's similar to this. It's Isaiah 5:23, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Basically, how the wicked, like it says in Psalms 50, man, they see as a thief, they consent with him, man. They agree with. They set up the fucking profane, man. They make deals with them. That's what they about.
This is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Hey, who's the prey? Us Israelites. And what we're doing, we're just speaking justice. Is that what you say? Truth, justice, in the American way. Hey, justice is you got to pay restitution for your crimes, man.
Like he said, Esau ain't trying to pray nothing because once again, as soon as you bring up what he's done, la 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 la. His ears are he becomes a deaf adder. But that was a long time ago. Why you bringing up old shit?
Right.
No, hey, doesn't the scripture say the Most High requires that somebody get that? Requires that which is old. That's in Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, I got it right here. This is Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which has been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past.
Right. So all these things that you think that happened a long time ago, man, you don't want to acknowledge that you live deliciously as a result of them. When you have policy put in place that perpetually kept a certain demographic on the bottom, all right, and elevated you, right? You didn't allow Jacob to buy own properties, to own firearms. Hell, there was a time when Jake couldn't even take an Edomite to court, man. So you know what that allowed Esau to do that, and that's when all that hanging and shit went on. All right, you couldn't. Yeah, that was a time period for quite a few hundred years where a Israelite couldn't even bring up charges against the Edomite for doing them wrong. And this was before slavery and then during slavery. Here in this place that you refer to as America. And all your banking systems, your schools, your colleges, somebody get the one in Sirach 10 and 8.
I'm on it right here.
Come.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 8, it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gathered by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right, riches gotten by deceit, man. Because all your banking institutions, your colleges and your schools, you know, your major stores. Hell, the slave trade and what was done to Jacob. You got free land from Jacob, and then you got free labor from Jacob. All right, and then you oppress Jacob. Some of them in their own damn land. All right. What's that scripture? They speak lofty is concerning wickedness or something.
Yeah, concerning oppression.
Concerning oppression.
This is Psalm 73 and verse all right, this is Psalm 73. I'm gonna start at 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment.
Mm-hmm.
So, like David Malcolm said, how many people that WikiLeaks get killed, and how many people has the American government got killed?
Yeah, like we said, niggas be running. Oh shit, they come WikiLeaks.
Right.
You know,
It's the scripture said they wear violence like a garment. That's their clothing, man. They known for violence. All right. You watch you can watch a goddamn kung fu movie. When they show Esau over there, they call them the Red Devils, man. They always corrupting the goddamn Chinese government and then fucking shit up, man. When you watch like the drunken master movie and shit like that.
But they go, the shit they did to Elam. But Elam, you know, kissing the end. But there's some Elamites who hate Esau. All right.
I know this Nigerian guy worked with back in '99. He said that back then. He said, well, this was back then. He said foreigners were scared of American citizens because they were scared of repercussions that American government do to their
Of
country.
course, and now that's not the case anymore. Because now one of my clients is complaining that he's married to an Elamite woman, a dark one. All right, she's real dark. She's as dark as a Negro, man. And then he said I can't even say shit or do anything. Every time I say something, oh shut the fuck up, you colonialist, you damn colonialist, right? Right. So he's always complaining like I can't have an opinion, I can't say shit. I gotta shut my cracker ass up, and I'm just a colonial Christian now. I need to just be quiet. I don't have an opinion in anything. I was kind of trying not to laugh, but he was complaining, man. He was like, every time he opened his mouth, you know, shut the fuck up, you colonialist, you know? I'm like, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, you ever seen that movie with the two lions, about the two lions in Africa that was killing those people?
Yeah, it's the lions of
darkness.
Yeah,
the lions of Sabo.
Yeah, you had the Elamite dude, and he was saying, the devil has come to Sabo. And then that's when you had the Edomite dude, he was like, I am the devil.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, them lions killed his ass too.
Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than they could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily.
There you go, man. That's why he always getting told to shut up when they start talking about certain issues. And he's like now it's like a crime to be white now. You know, he said every time the women are attacking you, he was like, then he said, then I'm supposed to be all happy because some dude is a transgender. I'm supposed to be like, that's amazing. He's so brave. Like, no, he's a fucking fruit, man. You're fucking freaking nature, which according to the God that you did you ever so complain to be? Say that you're a Christian nation. The God of the Bible that you have everybody swearing on is completely and totally against that. But the inhabitants of the land aren't, man. All right, hell, you know what? If you just play the instrumental of the national anthem, man, you can still hum the third verse right into there. Oh, we don't want to talk about the third verse. See, that's just what I'm talking about. When you point out the crime, the fact that you would use a song, all right, as your national anthem, you know, after all that's been done to the so-called Negro in America, then you get upset that this man was taking a knee. All right? There's hey, Shalom, brother. Y'all watch my shut up, brother. Yeah, I mean, can we bring up that third verse?
Yeah, I think it was.
Quick one.
Go ahead, brother. You got something to bring it out.
This is Proverbs 17 and 13. Whoso rewarded evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. And that's what these Edomites have done. All right, they've rewarded, the evil that they've done for good. Okay, but that what they've been sowing, they're gonna reap, man. All that destruction, chaos, death, murder, robbery, all that's coming back to them, man. Like the elder was saying, the one Edomite, he's having problems with his woman, man. Probably got problems with the job too, man. And it's only gonna get worse for him.
Yeah, he's saying right when he goes out with his woman and her friends and all the women, even the other Edomite women, they all tell him to shut the fuck up. That you just a colonialist, he said I can't even say shit. He's like I can't have an opinion on anything, or I get attacked. And inside, man, I was like, I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. Right. He says, goes to show you losing his kingdom, man.
Right.
Now, you can't even speak with at a table of women. You get told to shut the fuck up, you colonials. Damn conquering colonials. All you did was just steal every damn thing. You made us look bad. This is what the Edomite women are saying.
Yeah. Like y'all was just reading that Sirach 10 and 8 because of injuries, unrighteous dealings, injuries and riches got by deceit. All right, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, so it goes down because that way of living is a recipe for ultimate death. It's a recipe for falling, and this is the recipe that Esau Edom is using, which is the worst. It's like totally contrary to righteousness. So this is real quick, Mark 13 and 20. And it says, and except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he shall shorten the days. All right, because man, if the Lord didn't shorten those days, Esau it'll run this earth until obliteration, or if that's the right word, should we all be dead? That's what I'm saying.
No flesh left to save.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's ruling in wickedness, complete contrariness and opposition of the Most High God and righteousness.
Yeah, I mean, even the damn roaches are dying. They can survive any damn thing. They won't even survive Esau. This is Ecclesiastes 21 and 8, and it said, "He that buildeth a house with other men's money is like one that gathers himself stones for the tomb of his burial." So like Yaakov said, man, Esau's way of living is just a recipe for disaster and recompense upon himself. Because how long are you going to be able to just conquer and take and conquer and take and then set up unrighteous decrees, and law systems that just rule over people and cause like this shit that's going on in China, man. America's behind that, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can say what you want to say that Hong Kong is not China. Hong Kong is in China. They're Moabites like the rest of them. All right. So just because you've the British went over there and made all them chair babies in Hong Kong, and got them walking around not wearing a traditional dress anymore. There's some Chinese, real Chinese are the ones who still wear their traditional dress. There's some of them that do. That's some real hardcore, proud of their culture, grip their own culture type.
All right, man.
Yeah, and it's usually the ones that are all into the arts too. they hold on to their culture, man.
And they hate Esau.
And
And
the-
passion.
The real one's right.
Yeah.
They really hate Esau because Esau came over there and fucked China up.
That
Really.
opium.
In the 30s, 40s, 50s, Esau came, the Brits and all that, they fucked that land up.
Ooh,
Esau fucked up everybody. He did the same shit to Ella.
Agent Orange.
You know? Yeah, the Agent Orange shit all over Asia. In Vietnam. And you're right, you still got children being born deformed from that shit to
Oh,
this
yeah,
day.
all type of
And you never see Duterte with a tie. That's one thing. You'll never see him wear a tie. I never seen Duterte wear a tie. You know? Duterte.
I got a,
Dirty, brother.
go ahead.
Not a double D, brother.
Hey, this is Isaiah 5:20.
Yeah.
Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Kind of, you know, the type of guy, like he said, like my client said, he got to sit at the table and just accept them talking about all their transgenders friends. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm just supposed to clap it. That's amazing. He's so brave.
Right.
You know,
Right.
he's like, no, man.
Right. He got laws that's against nature, like the scriptures say, against nature. You know, and so it's ultimate. That's why they're the vessels of wrath.
fit. Perfect fit. Taylor fit. Yeah, Taylor
Right,
made the
and that's
water.
just it.
For destruction.
Yeah.
Esau don't want to walk to them gallows that he built, man. But the gallows were built for him,
I got one back up for Brother Shafaya.
man.
This is Proverbs 24 and 24, and I got that Star Spangled Banner.
Cut.
That's that thing too. This is Proverbs 24 and 24. He that said unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse. Nations shall abhor him.
Ooh.
So look, all these nations are turning. So they realizing your bullshit, man.
Yep.
All right. Hey, look. Although it's certain of these heathens that get down with the freaky dicky shit, man. But most of them are pissed off. Their women are out of order now. Like the one bitch climbed on top of a damn light pole to twerk and shit in Iran.
She was twerking that thing. Too.
Yeah. Because in Iran, man,
It should have fell down.
She was twerking it though.
she couldn't twerk. She fell shit for the show for somebody. The point is, the shit is wickedness, man. And these nations are turning on Esau.
Yeah.
Esau promotes this shit, man. Like, it's okay for the U.S. government to kill millions, but Assange is wicked for exposing them for all the heinous bullshit they've done.
Exactly.
All right? Esau Edom has destroyed our people, fucking us up to this day, choking us out for shooting us while we handcuffed on the ground.
Shooting unarmed man,
Right,
handcuffed man,
right. And
men that are running away with no weapons in their hands.
Right. Shot the one man, the guy that was taking care of the handicapped kid. Shot him. He screamed out, "This is my client. He's handicapped. He has no gun." All right. Clearly they hate us, and we're wrong for speaking up against them for destroying us. We're racist for speaking against their goddamn racism, man. That's madness, man.
Yep.
That's like you go somebody gets their whole family slaughtered. They go to the police station. Police arrest them for being a victim.
Hey, that's
We're
what
the
happened
fucking
here in
victim.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Right, this very neighborhood where that whole race war went on. Right here in this very neighborhood, right there on 131st Street. When the Jakes went to complain to the police about the Edomites, how they threw rocks at the boy and the boy drowned. The Jakes that were pointing out the white guys that did it got locked up, and that's what started the riot. The riot started right there on the breach and just spread across the whole neighborhood. All right, because they demanded justice, and so instead of locking up the guys who were actually throwing rocks at a teenage minor, all right, whether they killed him or not, because they said, well, the rock didn't even hit him, he just drowned anyway. The point, that's not the point. All right, they wanted some justice out there. And so you mean that you can have grown men throw stones at an underage, according to Esau, at an underage boy,
That's assault.
and nobody goes to jail or gets in trouble for it. So when the Jakes were pointing out that these are the guys right here, these white boys right here, they snatched Jacob, and that shit started a riot, man. All right.
And there ain't no statute of limitation on murder. So why did the bitch that lied about Emmett Till, why she ain't go to jail?
That's right. She got him killed. She literally is responsible for his death.
And Bill Cosby locked up though.
Off hearsay. No proof,
Right.
just hearsay.
Right.
Which shows you that this whole Nate, like the brother said, man. I think it was Elder Yashawamba said, man, today, man. Hey, what do you do? What do you do with somebody like this? What do you do with the devil, man?
It's unreasonable.
You bind them up and you gotta put them in. You gotta put them in chains. Yo, hey, look, man, fuck your justice system. We ain't gonna get justice from you, man.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we gonna get justice from Yahweh Shema Shai, and you're all going to jail. And like dude told that bitch on that bus, you going to jail now.
That's too nice of a word.
You know? Hey, yeah, well, that's what I'm alluding to. You going to jail. You going to prison. As the scripture says, that serpent, this time you're not coming out of prison, man. You going to slavery for 1,000 years, and then you
going to the pit.
And then
And you going out of jail to go to the pit.
Exactly.
And by the pit, we're talking about you getting toasted in that furnace, man.
Yeah.
Getting toasted, man.
Right.
Toasted. Like fucking classic Mortal Kombat, man. You getting burnt up. Shit.
Damn, I like that.
That fucked me up.
Go ahead.
It's Malachi 3 and 15. And now because the proud happy, they that work wickedness are set up. Yea, they that tempt the Most High are even delivered, man. All right, so sometimes Jake don't even want to report certain things. They know that ain't nothing gonna happen, man. You know how many times has Jake have gone and marched and protested and signed petitions, and these mayors and these cops and these superintendents are getting off, man.
Yeah.
You know, to the point to where Jake's beating down so much they don't report crimes in the neighborhood, man.
Yeah, what's that bitch? What's her name? The shot Botham. What's his name? What's that Edomite bitch that went to the fourth floor when she lives on the third floor? It turns out when you get out, and there's a lot of stuff they holding off because when you getting off the elevator, it says a big ass number on the floor. So right, and there's all kind of the guy's lawyer is like, well, there's all kind of markings to tell you that what floor you're on, and not to mention, here's the one. And check this out. Here's some information that I didn't know. I don't know if you brothers were aware of it, but that was a four-story condo unit that they lived in. The fourth floor parking has no roof. The third floor the third floor is indoors. You know, it's a roof over. So she parked on the fourth floor where there's no roof. So you mean to tell me you've been parking on your third floor all this? So when you go up too high, you don't know that you don't. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit. What's that bitch's name that shot that?
I forgot that.
You know,
name.
but hey, they probably gonna let this bitch off, man. We'll see what happens.
With that video.
But it just goes to show you, right? And then the whole 911 call, man. When she's on the phone talking to 911, all she's talking about is, "I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna lose my job." Not this one. I just shot this man twice in the fucking chest. Inside, there you go. Yeah. Inside of his fucking apartment. So she came through his door in his apartment and shot him twice. Then I saw some pictures and they quickly disappeared though. But I saw some pictures of them together at the party. So what I'm thinking is that he put the smack down on her and then stopped fucking with her. And she got mad because he wasn't riding out no more. No, real talk. We're laughing, but I'm serious.
Yeah, they had something going on.
There was something going on between them. He was banging that chick, man. And he probably, made her leg shake a couple times, and then he stopped fucking with her. And then she was like, and she just went and shot his ass up, man.
She's an ex-police officer that didn't know her own apartment.
So right, you a fucking cop. You mean to tell me you can't tell then you shouldn't be a cop. You can't tell a three from a fucking 4. All right? Especially now understanding that her parking space is on the third floor. So wait a minute. So let's say that she did park on her third floor. So if you parked on the third floor, how the fuck would you get on the elevator to go up to another floor? No, there's no way you can make this shit add up, man.
Right. It says that Lee Merritt, one of the attorneys for Jean's family, has said that 2 independent witnesses cast doubt on Geyer's narrative and told him that they heard knocking on the door in the hallway before the shooting. So she was knocking on the door.
Right. Exactly. There you go.
The key to get to your own apartment.
And he had a red rug in front of his door. She had none. So, like I said, you got a big ass number. You get off the elevator, 4. You get off the elevator, 3, 2. Right. So she knew it. And then if she parked in her parking space, which I'm gonna assume she did, that means she had to go up the next level. So, and then like I said, and then there were pictures that surfaced, but then those pictures just disappeared all of a sudden. But there were some pictures on the internet floating around of them together at a party. All right, her not in uniform, all hugged up on him. So what happened was, more than likely, he gave her the BBC, made her little leg shake, and then he started fucking with her. All right. And then he was like, look, I don't want to. Look, you came, I came, we're done. All right, and she wanted more, and she was on that bullshit. She's like, I'm the cop, I'm the law. All right,
I'll get away with it.
Right, you either gonna be my nigga or you just gonna be a nigga. Which one is it gonna be? And she popped his ass.
My nigga up there.
Right.
Just like
she's like, you gonna give my BBC to another bitch? Bow, bow. She shot his ass.
Well, it's just like Esau. What he can't have, he destroys.
Yep, this is true. That's what he's doing to the earth. All right. Any scripture, let him roll.
Ezekiel 35.
Oh, you found it? Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time of their iniquity had an end. So, hey, Esau Edom has a perpetual hatred towards us, man. All right, which means from everlasting to everlasting. It was there from the beginning, and it's gonna always be there. That's how they hate us, man. That's why it's a scripture in Job that say the sin of their youth is still in their bones, man. Though they hide it under their tongue, all right, it's sweet to them, man. So yeah, they'll be in your face. They give you that Edomite smile, that fake ass smile, man. Yeah, man. Right. Shit, the Grinch had a better smile than that. Shit, that damn smile.
And this was real.
Right, but they hate us straight guts, man. All right. Hey, but guess what? Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right. So, now, hey, the nations, like I said, man, now the nation's gonna turn on you. All right, your blood is gonna be shed. You're gonna go down. Esau Edom, man.
And you just heard Dave Hodges say that the world is divided. He said what happened is the nations of the world are dividing, and he said that he's basically is Russia, China, and India, and the slew of nations that are with them, and America, Israel, and the nations that are with them. And then he started talking about, oh no, this was on True News. He said, and then he started talking about, well, 70 years from now. And then you say, well, that doesn't match up with my end of days thing. Well, he said, because everything's not in the Bible. I'm like, you need to shut the fuck up.
Right.
All right, everything is in the Bible.
Right.
All right, and then the scriptures don't say that it's going to take 70 damn years, man. All right, that's not what it's talking about. He's talking about America going to go on. All this is going to happen in another 70 years. These people are at each other's throat now, fighting with proxy armies right now, and then all the prophecies of the condition the earth would be in are happening. But yet he's talking about 70 years from now.
Like China gonna stop right here before they press the red button.
Exactly.
Gonna wait 70 years to press it.
They done collected up all this gold, fucking up and destroying the American economy. All right.
If this place went another 70 years,
Could be nothing
that'd
left.
be hell. That'd be like complete hell for, like the other moms. There don't be nothing left.
Even Esau.
Y'all be going through
Because Esau about finished here in America, man.
This dollar's through. Everybody's fucking done. Animals is through. The world itself, the wildlife and shit is all fucked up. There'll be nothing left.
This encapsulates both of that. This is Proverbs 12 and 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. The wicked, he don't care about the dogs, the animals, the birds, the air, people. It doesn't matter. His own people, he don't care about. You know, and his tender mercies are just wickedly cruel.
We're sure how stupid he was after Asher had won that lawsuit against him in the Amazon rainforest. Brazil.
Burned that bitch right
Yeah,
up.
he burned the goddamn rainforest where everybody get their area.
He's a raw ass devil.
Idiot, man.
Hey,
Well, the rainforest actually cancels it out. We don't care.
Yeah.
But he the devil nonetheless, because all the animals that live there burning up, all this fucking people that rely on this land that actually stay down there, now they fuck. Hey, this is Jeremiah 12. This is that I can't play. Well, they stay out the damn basketball. Yeah, you can't play either, bitch. That's the attitude they got, man. Which, hey, that's how the word made him. He's the devil, man. This is Jeremiah 12:4. How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? The beasts are consumed, and the birds, because they said, he shall not see our last end. So Esau is like, look, I'm going down, fuck that. Y'all going down. Hey, that need no brown spirit. All right? I'm going down, you going down to it, ready to take the whole damn planet out with them, man. You're going to rule against me. I can't do my bullshit here. Well, fuck it, I set it on fire.
Right, Esau, right. You know, Esau get mad. He lose his job. He go home. He's like, well, he already know his wife gonna leave him because it ain't like she with him because she's getting all pleasure from or anything. So when he loses means to keep up her lifestyle, he already knows. So that's why when Esau loses his job, he go home, kill the wife, kill the kids, and then shoot himself.
It's like didn't happen suicide.
All right.
And that's the spirit because he set the system up like that. If we let things the ancient way, he wouldn't have to worry about it. She's still to be stuck with him no matter what.
Exactly.
Hey, can I add to what you just said?
He fall into his own pit.
Because I was just watching it was the elder Ariala from Texas, man. He was basically saying, hey, Esau, he's just confusion, man. Here it is, you want gun laws, but you put the guns out here. You want to have abortion, now you want to stop abortion because you dying. Okay, all right. You know, you doing all this shit.
They just stopped funding the Planned Parenthood. The White House just put it in that the government is done funding Planned Parenthood. All these fucking years they was cool with funding it when it was fucking with Jake, so-called Negroes, Latin Americans. But now Esau is getting fucked up. They not reproducing like they want them to do. They the minority, like the scriptures say in Obadiah, like they really fucking did, but now it's just worse for them.
Right now it's evident.
Right, there's a report that said all G7 nations are have low birth rates. You know, because they followed that cup of democracy and that cup of the wicked, man.
That cup of democracy puts the woman over the man and causes chaos, man.
You know what's fucked up? So they just stopped the funding for the Planned Parenthood here because of the abortion funding and shit here. But the nigga I believe it was Bernie, with whichever candidate it was, just said just said if he wins, he's gonna fund. The government is going to pay for abortions for countries that can't afford it.
Yeah,
so basically, other brown countries.
Yeah.
So he said to help with population control. This is his reason. To help with population control, we're going to pay to kill off more brown people, but we're going to stop abortions here in our country so we can preserve our people.
Yeah. Hey,
wow, that ain't just completely evident, man. But you know what? It's too late for Esau. Your numbers are already past the point of replacement, man. It's a wrap for you. So there's no way that this could last another 70 years because that means that you will completely be out of there's not enough of you left to replace yourselves. There's not enough of you to remain the judges, to remain the police, to remain the firemen, to remain the aldermen and all the congressmen, etc. You're right. You're done.
Ooh, I got a couple real quick ones.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Job 18:4. He teareth himself in his anger.
Ooh.
Shall the earth be forsaken for thee, and shall the rock be removed out of his place? So you tearing your own self up, man. And scripture says he shall be a madman, sparing none.
Hey, and that scripture talk about he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
The tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. You know, this is Daniel 8:24, and his power shall be mighty by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and holy people. So, hey, that's the only thing you know how to do is destroy. So you're gonna eventually end up destroying yourself. This is Ezekiel 21:31. And I will pour out my indignation upon thee, and I will blow against thee in the fire of my wrath, and deliver thee into the hand of brutish men and skillful to destroy. And that's Esau, man. You are just a sword. That's all you are, as a hammer, man. That's why scripture says when you get brought down, the scripture says, how's a hammer the earth asunder. And what is the motto of the U.S. military? Every problem. We are a hammer. Every problem has to look like a nail.
This is true because if the hammer is the only tool in your toolbox, then that's it, man.
You making a peanut butter sandwich.
That's it. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? The puppy's sick. Oh, okay. Kill the damn puppy and shit. Well, he's cured now.
Right. He's not in pain.
Ain't sick no more.
I have a quick precept.
Bring it up, brother.
This Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16 and 17. For they sleep not, and said they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
Tossing and turning. He ain't done nothing wicked yet that night. You know,
Oh my God.
Can't sleep.
I'll snap some puppies.
Right.
I can't sleep.
Right. And then he get that one wicked idea and he finally right.
It says, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
True.
Like the brother's going into, that's all they about.
Kind. Speaking of that, that's all. Let's go ahead and bring the lyrics of that song out, because this is a nation, you know, that goes to show you that they don't give a damn about Jake, especially Judah, man. All right, and the fact that this song it was chosen, and then even after it was revealed, that they still push to sing it and insist that you stand up for it.
Man,
Right.
that's right. Isn't it?
So like I got the Star Spangled Banner. That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
okay.
third verse. All right,
Okay.
you know, I mean, you know, the brother's musically inclined, but if you were able to, if you hum it, and you sing and recite these words, he goes right with it. So that's what I'm trying to say. Just by the music playing, you don't even have to say the words. The music can be playing, and in their hearts and their minds, and what's really playing is this. Read it, brother.
On the shore dimly seen through the midst of the deep, where the foe's haughty host in dread silent reposes, what is that which the breeze o'er the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, half conceals, half disclosed, now it catches the gleam of the morning's first beam, and full glory reflected now shines in the stream. 'Tis the star-spangled banner, oh long may it wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. So it says the land of the free and home of the brave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where is that band who was so vauntly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and the country should leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps pollution. No refuge can save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave.
Right. So basically, when you understand the history, there were slaves who were fighting for their freedom. The hireling, and then the hirelings were slaves who got hired by the British government to fight in their army. Said, "Well, you fight with us, we'll give you your freedom." So and so basically, he's saying that these niggas who got hired to fight, there's gonna be no place of refuge for them. Or the slave that's trying to fight for his freedom. How dare you not be my slave and fight to be free? It's just like when you learn the history about what happened in Haiti. When the Haitians basically had to pay for stealing themselves. How dare you steal yourself and make yourself free? And so they had to pay all the way up to 1945. That's why Haiti is so broke now, because people don't realize that Haiti had to pay reparations for freeing themselves. It's like how, so basically, the governments of the world and the crowns, the places that own them, was hijacking all the goods and services and money that came from there in a form of reparations to the families that they murdered and that they actually, I won't say murdered, that they killed, because the scripture said, we're going to finish that, but give me Ecclesiastes when it says it's a time to kill. All right, there's a time and season for everything, man. And so they killed their oppressors and made them, you know, hey, when you read about how cruel it was and what things that they were going through, so when you come up against your oppressors, now the people in Hong Kong are coming up against their oppressors, and they, because I gave a ride to some damn Edomites that was talking about how brave they are making the stand and blah 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 blah. But the Haitians were brave and made the stand and set themselves free, but nobody's applauding them. but they have to pay for hundreds of years, and still and it turns out that Haiti was the wealthiest of all the islands of all the colonies, and now it's the poorest place in the whole Western Hemisphere.
She's pissing me off.
Right, that's what Esau did.
All right, I don't know if you brothers were aware of that. I mentioned it to a sit down.
No, they did a documentary between Haiti and who that Simeon?
Yeah,
Right. And Haiti basically got punished for rebellion, man.
yeah.
You know, that's what it was. That's why they're so poor, because they rebelled, as opposed to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
They went along with the colonists. You know, so that's why they're able to have the tourism and all the
Trade and stuff.
trade. And,
Right, the idols. If you
Right.
even check the statues that they have, because most of them are Europeans, like the Bolivar and all that.
Mhm.
All they're credited, they're all light skins. That's why they have that. They basically have that infighting, because the Dominicans praise them pale flesh people,
Yep.
which were the colonizers
Yep.
that were fighting, and the Haitians, they had that
They were
brown
rebellion,
heritage, right?
Yep.
They so-called clung into
Yeah,
the roots that they had.
they cleansed the land of Edomites,
Yep.
and then Esau has made them pay for hundreds of years as a result of it, man. Ever since then, like I said, they've been paying all the way up to basically they saying what you did was you stole yourself from us, and now you got to pay.
Because even now, Haiti has to go to the Dominican Republic to sell their goods, right? And what they would do in the Dominican Republic, they would hold them off for hours and hours at a time,
Yep.
and let the Dominicans sell their goods, and they'll give them like the last 4-5 hours of the day or whatever, sell their goods, man. You know, and they're sitting over there on the other side of the border.
Right, everybody good by then.
Yeah.
You
Everybody,
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, you posted up that video, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I remember seeing that video.
I remember the group.
No, it was a guy, right? Because PBS did a documentary.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
one island, and it was the visitory line where they have hatred, and some of them they were so close of proximity that they could be fighting their own families, but because of the lighter complexion, they're just going and killing each other. But Esau made a killing, and all those documentaries shows that before that, Esau had already profited from them sugarcane fields, because they were already coming to this closer to these islands, closer to Central America after pillaging Haiti, the Dominican, and then they went on Cuba. All that's what Esau did, is he went and used free for the sugar plantations, and he just kept coming this side and this side of the world, because he had already been done, killed, and used all those
Same
resources.
shit Columbus.
I got it right here, Bible.
Well, basically, that's the
Basically, same
footprint.
shit
Yeah,
Columbus
he left the footprint.
John 10:10 said, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And coming, they might have life, and they might have life more abundantly, man." Right? The scripture talk about that the wicked are like the troubled sea when they cast up mire and dirt, man. All right, so everywhere Esau goes, he causes confusion. All right, he rapes and pillages the land. All right, sucks and dry the resources. And when they leave, what's left? Democracy, war. Go ahead.
Democracy.
Democracy, right?
D&D.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
They run through it.
That's right. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part in our voluptuousness.
Right. So let's kill the roses. He said, let us put the rosebuds on us before they be withered.
That's right.
So you're just gonna take the beautiful rose just for its petals, just so you can waste it. Put the rose.
Oh yeah.
Instead of letting the rose just stay where it is and bask in its beauty, where you're gonna take it and rip it up just so you can sprinkle it on yourself.
Or even just take some of the roses, because they may enjoy it or smell it or whatever. They take it all. All right, that's the Edomite spirit, man.
Great guy, this guy.
Yeah.
That great guy. But it says Babylon. It said they live deliciously, man. They run through it all. Look, every gas station you go to, they got roses there. Every fucking place you go, there's all type of food there. They throw shit out. Esau was just a great waster, man. All right, like think about the fast food restaurants, all the shit they got to throw away because they overproduce and overkill, supposedly.
Just had that conversation with Capo the other day, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. This place wastes everything every fucking day. There's tons of just food and shit getting thrown out. All right, even though we don't give a fuck about them damn Hamites over in Africa getting fucked up, they fucked us up too.
Right.
But just as a judge and ruling how we gonna be, man, we would never have all this abundance, fuck it up, and then not help nobody else out. This place just wastes everything, man.
Right, make sure that they can't get it so that can't sue you for food poisoning. Make sure to throw other shit on top of it so that
One time, man, y'all can, I don't know if you remember this back in the day. This was a long time ago. This was the McDonald's days. I got, they gonna scoff. That's the McDonald's, man. That's some old ass shit, right? Remember we went to that McDonald's and they gave us the wrong shit? It was a pork bone. He took it back, of course. But they was like, yeah, we
I
got
don't remember going to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? No.
right. It was the other light skin. So we went and then we gave the shit back, and in fact, they said we need it back. And I was like, I can't give it to a poor person.
Yeah,
They was like, nah. The lady was like, nah. This is somebody's job to make sure we take this stuff and dispose of it. So they speak lawfully against the poor, man. They use everything for themselves. They don't want nobody else to enjoy it, man. That's why they make sure they give us radioactive milk. They put radioactive milk in our neighborhoods, man.
And it's fucking them up. Damn. Radioactive milk?
Yeah, the milk that they put in the niggas neighborhood. When I say niggas, I mean Negroes, Latin Americans, we all the same. Mexicans say niggas.
we live in the same neighborhoods though,
right?
right? They can't even.
They give us the Chernobyl fucking radioactive milk.
And then one lady showed it. She was showing like New York demographic in New York, and basically like in Harlem and like in the Bronx and all that, they were like selling all that like Ben said the radioactive milk to those areas. But we're like
Same shit.
Yeah, but we're like Esau's at where it's like Manhattan and all that. They didn't have like they didn't have like they weren't selling that.
And the sicknesses, no, the diabetes, the high blood
because they were saying they tried to blame it on just genetics, and that's just how. He was like, wait a minute, but the Africans over in Africa, they have the lowest rate of diabetes and this, that, and other thing that the so-called Negro.
Right, it's something you're doing here that's making that happen.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here.
Exactly.
They were like I said, they were strong as fuck, working from can't see it in the morning to can't see at night, for a whole fucking lifetime, old as fuck, still strong as fuck, working for your ass. But now all of a sudden, we're weak and sickly.
It's a little more than
I know I was about to say this.
it's all against us. They use the shit for themselves, not for us. Cause they say that which is poor and feeble. Fuck y'all.
No, here we go.
From work.
This is verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Because all that you're saying is oppression.
Yeah.
From the secret to hiding to the police. You can't even drive 37 miles an hour without getting a ticket in these little speed trap zones. When you can go 37 without even thinking, you just driving normally because you're not thinking.
You go on the floor of the traffic.
Floor of the traffic. Yeah. You get flash tickets. You know what I'm saying? To all the other things that they do.
Yeah, it's like Mario. Mario game. You gotta watch out for the mushrooms. You gotta watch out for this guy. You gotta watch out for this Mario. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta watch out for this hide. This gonna jump out at you. This gonna poke you. This gonna stick you. You know what I'm saying? This world is Mario Kart, bro.
But we don't get all the extra lives.
Right.
It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man.
Go ahead, brother.
Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And that's where you get survival of the fittest from. Where you basically, if you can't take care of yourself, then obviously you must not be important. If we're stronger, then that means that we should be superior and on top.
Yep. And what we say, even if we say this is moral, even though it's not, then it's moral.
That's right.
Let our strength be the law of justice. It is what it is. And it must be right because I said it. It's just
pretty much. And then it just goes to show you there's no wisdom left in teaming.
That's right.
Right, because their policy of throwing all this food away, and what is Chicago known for with the other nations and with the other states? It's known for its food, man. Chicago is well known for its food, and not because I'm from Chicago, but we do have some of the best food in the whole country, man. All right, because I've eaten in New York. I've eaten in all over California. I've eaten in a whole bunch of places around the country, and it's hard to beat the food in Chicago. All right, it really is. Even our little fast food joints, man. But as a result of that, most of the restaurants are up north. So where Esau lives. So there's a serious rat problem here in Chicago, especially up there where Esau lives.
Yeah, by Chicago Avenue. I remember last time we were just parking trying to get some food over there by that Bachi's over there by Chicago by Mr. Brown's.
Okay.
They was like damn near rats fighting. They were like in the parking lot, just like straight up like fight. Yeah, like, and then that's where Esau is. That's where Esau be drunk as hell, walking around, dropping all that fucking food, and it be rats. Like,
well, it's also because they throw all the food away and put it in the alleys. And we were just talking about how the fact that you got a serious homeless problem in Chicago, you could feed those people. You could actually take all this food from these restaurants and these hotels, and you could actually open up the back doors and just give it to the homeless, man.
Right.
And they would eat it.
Hey, you know what's funny? Oh, sorry.
But you know what? They got dumpsters with locks on it. Yeah. But all that is feeding the rats.
And they crush this shit. Mm-hmm. But it's a business. I forget. It's like one weird as it's Edomites. It's an Edomite city. It's in like fucking Nebraska, some shit. I don't know, Oregon.
The dumpster diving pros.
No, it's a restaurant, and they thing is they feed the homeless. And then the people's like, well, wouldn't that make you think basically like the homeless would come and just sit out here and wait? But now they actually keep it clean. They make sure areas stay clean. They respectful because they know where they're getting their meal from. Mm-hmm. So Esau like to use the excuse to feed the homeless. They like cats. They'll come, they'll sit there, loiter there. No, them homeless people make sure that everything's cool there. They come help out. They clean. They make sure that restaurant is straight. So Esau was just a devil that speaks against oppression, man.
Yeah.
He wants everything for his God. He's a covetous man. He wants everything for his goddamn self. All right, and that's why he don't want to let the world go.
How dare you eat my garbage?
Right. It's against the law to go in the garbage and shit like that.
So there you go. So wait a minute. You mean you're starving and you're hungry, but you can't eat something that's been discarded? It doesn't even belong to anyone anymore because it's been discarded?
Yeah, they use the excuse that people could get sick or whatever, but that's just fucking bullshit because there's a lot of way more people waiting to get a fucking meal.
This is true, but you know what? All they got to do is sign a waiver.
Mm-hmm.
They say if you want to eat this food, you got to sign on here. Bam, and that's it.
So America said, give me your home ground feed or some shit.
No, they cut that shit off because that's the European stuff coming in.
Go ahead, but we're gonna play a little bit of this video.
What's crazy is they'll go to like these food pantries, right? And a lot of that food is on like what would you say?
Outdated.
Yeah, it's outdated. It's it's
the same shit.
So what's
if you go to the goddamn grocery store, when you get your chicken, your ground beef, all this stuff on sale, you know what they did?
Change the date.
They changed the dates. All right, they add ammonia to the fucking meat and shit to keep it smelling fresh. They mix the fresh ground beef, the old ground beef, with some fresh ground beef so you can't smell it. All right, they bleach or put the chemicals on the chicken so it look. Yeah, that's another thing they do when you get like the seasoned meat from it behind the counter. The seasoned shit is the old shit. So they spice it well, so you don't know it tastes like it's old. But they talk about some.
And that shit be so high in sodium. That's why you get fucking sick.
The MSG, anything tastes good. So the devil, man.
Put MSG and shit. It tastes good.
I have a quick stat real quick. It's from Google. It says the United States throws away 60 million tons worth of food every year, man.
Wow, 60 million fucking tons. That's why we the rattiest. Play that video. 60 fucking million tons?
Yep.
Rat problem. And you know what? These rats gonna have a feast day too when all these bodies, when all these people start dropping.
The Lord said he chastised us with, he chastised them with 1,000 times more. So Jake had to suffer the curse of the mice. Jake got mice where we at. They got big ass rats.
They drive into the city on the south side. You don't
With
see
YouTube Kids.
crossing the street.
Because you know what? Because we got something called stray cats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that there's a lot of cats in the hood, man. So rats ain't gonna fare too well.
Right.
But up north, they don't have stray
They all
cats.
got dogs, and they all throw the trash out. And,
All right, they don't have. You don't have cats just running around in the streets. when you go up north, man. That's something you see when and I saw cats. I see some cats crossing the street in the hood every day.
Oh, yeah.
And the smart ones, they know when they wait for the cars to go by and everything.
You see that nigga?
Yeah, Benji cat, right? He met me and come here today.
I saw that cat catch a mouse in mid-air. That cat was fucking.
There it
Enrich
is.
your family's experience. Just approve entire collections from our trusted partners. And block videos you...
This week, we're talking about the only animal that could take 4 aimless teenagers and teach them ninja skills. That's right, we're talking about rats. I'm Maggie Smith, and this is Chicago Explained. Pest control company Orkin placed Chicago as number 1 on their list of top 50 rattiest cities. Now, this puts us ahead of New York and Los Angeles, and the only things Los Angeles should be ahead of us are cities that Kurt Russell has escaped from, babies with asthma, and races to the Pacific Ocean. According to a Chicago Tribune analysis, there were almost 47,000 rat complaints in Chicago last year, and there's an expected increase for 2017. Now, when it comes to rats, like the number of Facebook events at the Bean, there's no way to accurately estimate the full amount that there are. But today, we're going to give you the lowdown on these rodents and how we can prevent them from taking over our streets. So, what kind of rats are we talking about here? The most common rat breed found in Chicago is the Norway rat. You can recognize them by their brown fur, long tails, and sleek modernist architecture. They can grow up to about 16 inches from head to tail and weigh about a pound. They, like my 5-year plans, can live anywhere from 6 to 12 months. Many have up to 7 litters in a year, which fosters insanely quick population growth. 15,000 new rats can come from a single male and female in 1 year. Their infestations are only rivaled by roaches and podcasts about 2 white guys just talking, you know? So where do rats live within the city?
Yeah.
Rats typically live in underground nests in burrows about a foot deep beneath the ground. Many have made burrows around the city, and while yet other rats have moved on to Miami. However, to acclimate to metropolitan environments, rats can, like your coworkers' comedy groups, often improvise. However, unlike your coworkers' comedy group, Lol Land, they're actually pretty good. Meaning they can make nests in places like tree trunks and, in your worst fear realized, homes. Some rats can squeeze through holes as small as a quarter within your home's walls and plastic garbage cans to nest. They are crazy stealthy and often live alongside humans unnoticed. Why do rats prefer to live in Chicago? Well, Chicago is actually a perfect breeding ground for rats. Also young infielders. We have plenty of shelter with our warm underground infrastructure for the CTA, and we have plenty of food with our obscene amount of trash and food waste lying around, as well as a ton of pet waste. Yeah, all those clean up after your pet signs are mainly so your pet's duty doesn't attract vermin. The guaranteed food source that humans contribute, combined with the low number of natural predators, makes rats thrive in city environments like people who did theater in high school. So while the fuss all of a sudden, humans and rats have coexisted in cities forever, like Bert and Ernie.
If you just take a walk through Wrigleyville on the day of a game, of a Cubs game, that's enough to breed and feed every fucking rat in the fucking world, man. All right? So when you know, Yahweh Ratazah, man, well, we already know, man, when we get to the kingdom, man, there could be no problems like that, man. And then the smells that you smell is when you driving through the city, man. Especially when you go over east where I am with all them fucking plants and shit.
Right. Well, we ain't gonna have waste like that in the kingdom. We ain't gonna have waste like that. Our shit's gonna, for one, nothing biodegrades here. Or even, like you said, the dog shit attracts the mice and rats. That's because they eat the shit they're not supposed to eat. So it don't digest right. So when they shit it out, it's perfect for the fucking rats. It's perfect for them as opposed to like a beetle or a roach that eat the shit up and it's gone. It's attracting fucking rats.
Right.
It's crazy.
Of course, rats are one of the smartest animals, man. They're right at the top of intelligence.
And they become very, very violent too when they have to. And a rat will have no problem eating humans either, man.
They're adaptable.
Hey, but this is that Deuteronomy 37 coming out. You saw that. It's like, hey, we had to do with mice. Now
I was thinking it,
rats.
I was thinking it, and you said it.
You said it.
You said it. Precept that goes with it.
Come on.
This is Psalm 7, and I'll start at 14. The main point's at 15 though. It says, "Behold, he traveleth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood." And that's Esau in a nutshell. And it says, "He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate."
They chemtrail the air. You gotta breathe the air, and you can't filter out the air. You're not walking around with a big filtration system on your nose and on your mouth. But that air gets whatever you put in the air gets disseminated across the planet. So you're killing yourself. You put fluoride in the water. You put chemtrails and genetically modified organisms in the food. You're, like you said earlier, he that is equal to himself. What I mean, it's horrible, man. So
That's the point like the brother had mentioned earlier, man. If Esau can't have it, he'll take you out with it, man. You know, he'll kill himself and you.
yeah, that's right.
God, you said that Nino Brown,
Yeah.
Spirit. This is Deuteronomy 30:7. And it reads, and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and upon them that hate thee, which persecute thee. All right?
Right.
So these plagues, man, and having a rat infestation is a plague, man.
Yeah.
Right? And they're full of and carry just different diseases too, man.
Quickly.
Right. And that's part of that pestilence too, that the Lord said is going to come on Egypt again. You know, so now Esau walking down the street, and we've seen it on Saturdays by camp. You see big dumbass rats going into the
running around.
They're just going around, and that's your type of city. You know that's beautiful to you. New York, they got the trash right out on the streets.
Hey, they got a famous rat in New York called Pizza Rat. There's probably some videos on.
How you gonna put all your
They
trash?
call him Pizza Rat.
How you gonna put all your trash right in front of your house, in front of your business, in front of your establishment? I'm about to come over to your jerk villa, and then I gotta go walk right past 3 big ass bags of trash while I'm walking in.
Hey, you know something? The scriptures got laws on everything.
That's right.
There's no law about fucking trash, because trash is a new thing. All right, what you got, you used. All right, well, everything you got from nature. You had gold, silver, fucking plates, spoons, and shit like that, cups.
And you
You
wash
had
it.
no
You don't have to have the plastic.
I mean, if you throw your goddamn gold plates away, go ahead. I'll grab it. That's fucking right. The fucking fruit, all that shit biodegrades. Everything went with fucking nature. This shit is everything you saw made is death.
Right.
That's why you drive on 90, 94 East. You get to what's that, like 127? All you smell is trash, man. All fucking garbage and shit.
I mean, they have a place without the city or the valley of the Tophet.
That was when you burn stuff.
You burn stuff like what you know that you had, which was part of the trash, but it was burnt, and whatever couldn't be biodegradable would be burned and destroyed, and so it was a way of having clean. It was clean.
Just like down south in Tennessee, we burn our damn garbage and stuff. You don't got no damn garbage man come pick it. We put it in the barrel and burn that shit up.
But you shouldn't have to. It's just like putting a dead body in a casket and putting the casket in concrete.
Right.
Like bodies are biodegradable.
And it's supposed to go back to the earth, right?
That's right.
I got a precept. This Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. And, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. All right. So, hey, man, this stuff is gonna go back on them, man. And they all basically Esau is a plague, man, and he just need to be eradicated.
Yeah, he's a rat himself, man.
Like
I'm looking at this damn Pizza Rat, man. And yeah, this shit is crazy. It's fucking celebrity. Pizza Rat, man. Got videos about this.
That shit's following.
Motherfucker running up and downstairs with pizza and shit. And they recording him. Then they made him a fucking celebrity.
Ratatouille.
Right.
Well, he gonna get eaten up in the food right now.
Well, they showed you that.
4.7 million views for the fucking Pizza Rat.
I seen it the other day.
Oh, shit, you want kind of toughish, but they really burnt bodies and stuff. But everything was biodegradable back then. Everything. It's nature.
There wasn't no plastic, man.
Right, it was no plastic.
Right, no earth films. You know the smell.
Right.
The when especially man over there east, because look, you got those giant hills. I didn't even realize, man. You know, it was actually the brother Uriah that turned me on to that. How we used to go along 94, you know, going south. That all used to be flat, and now you got all them big ass hills, and those are garbage. They didn't just put garbage on it and threw land over it, and so you got grass growing on top of it. But underneath, so when the sun hits those hills, that smell and that stench.
And then you got a chemical factory that's right behind it that is worse than the trash. The chemical is straight chemicals, and you can smell it, and that vapor goes throughout all through the Argyle.
It comes over east on the east side too.
Yeah, but it's that project, Outdale Gardens, right there, and they get the stank from the garbage, and then they get the chemical shit right there, and it's pumping them right down in there. Not to mention they had a whole bunch of asbestos problems. They had to close off a whole bunch of because they had all the built those projects with bad shit. You know, they know what the fuck they're doing. It's called a project. They're experimenting.
Yeah, right. Let's do a scientific project. Let's fuck them up with chemicals and put guns and drugs in their neighborhood. Let's sit back and see what happens.
I did a research. It was a woman who did a research, and I did maybe a year or so ago. They put like you was talking about the radiation. They put it in the paint. They put it so when they painted the walls, and you wonder why kids got these problems, like
ADHD
and you know, some kids don't. Some of these little demons, they don't understand right from wrong. It's an actual disorder, what they call it, and it's from all of the shit that they put in the projects.
Which, because in project motherfuckers are uncontrollable, inconsolable, and unreasonable. We can't reason.
Animals, man.
Right.
I have a scripture on here.
Go ahead, brother. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up. This last ones.
This 2nd Ezra chapter 11, verse 41. For the earth hast thou not judged with truth.
Ooh, good one, brother.
For thou hast afflicted the meek. Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and have cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled.
Yeah, so the time of worshiping and exalting yourself is coming to an end. Let's right get our 2nd Ezra 6.
While you get now, finish a little bit of this Wisdom of Solomon 2. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 11. Let the strength be the law. Let our strength be the law of justice. But that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous.
Wow.
Because he's not for our turn. And he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. So they know they teach us lies. They know they teach us falsities. They know that everything that they're doing is contrary to the scriptures. They went to the scriptures and said, oh, the Bible says, let us not kill, we're going to murder. The scripture says, don't eat the swine. Let's put swine in all the restaurants and all the products and all the shit. And all
and promote it.
And that's right.
Bacon shit.
That's right.
Bacon donut.
That's right.
And baking cupcakes. I've seen it all.
Yeah, they got fucking bacon. They got bacon fucking seasoning.
Yeah.
Like it's seasoned. Like you take salt and pepper and shit. It's bacon seasoning.
It's the fucking devil.
Esau is the devil. But these niggas take credit for that shit. Yeah. Niggas promote that shit too, man. Had to make because
they love
to have Esau. Right, they ain't father the devil. They can't let these niggas get away scot free. A nigga came up to the line yesterday, was camping. He come up, scoffed, left, came back, listened for a few seconds just to say this. See, my grandmama lives to be 93 years old. We're not talking about pork at all, mind you. He said my grandma lives to be 93 years old. She ate it all. Pork, fat back, then walked off.
That's exactly what he did.
No, this is no exaggeration, yo.
That's exactly what he did.
No exaggeration, man. They father the devil, man.
Well, I can't wait to Luke 19:27 come for his ass. Read that Baba Shah. You know what? One more scripture. Get the one in Maccabees when it said they will have no resurrection of life. Baba Shah. I think it's 7th chapter.
Verse 9.
No, I think you want 20.
No, not that one. Well, you know what? You could actually, you could get that one too. But I wanted 6, 7, 8 for Esau's the end of the horse line.
Okay. 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered, I said, what shall be the part asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of that falleth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau was born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's beginning of that fall.
There it is, man. So Esau went there in your hand, man. And so we finally get a clean earth with clear blue skies and clean air and clean water and real food, and the food and the earth will render its strength again. We'll get real fruit. You know, I personally love pomegranates, you know, watermelon and pineapples. Yeah. You know, I also like what's that other fruit I like? I'm not really a big cantaloupe guy, but you know, mangoes,
Dragon mango.
dragon fruit is good. That's one.
Golden berries,
And there's one fruit that grows in Thailand, man. That shit off the chain. I can't wait to have that shit. Man, but
I had that resurrection.
go ahead, brother Bob Kushab.
This 2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 14. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from the Most High to be raised up again by him. As for thee,
This also proves reincarnation.
as for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
Right, so Esau, once your red ass goes down after Obadiah happens, it's it, man. You gotta serve the most vigorous, rigorous, and the most unhumane slavery that the world has ever seen or thought of, that you can't even conceive. Basically, you already know how down and dirty you did us doing slavery. All right, yours is going to be double that, and it's going to be for 1,000 years. Right, so at the end of that 1,000 years, you actually going to welcome your death, man. You're going to be glad to go, like in Toy Story, the first one, when they all just held hands and went to the fire. Yeah, that's going to be Esau, man. All right, because ain't no chariots gonna come and rescue you. You going when once that furnace turn on, however it's gonna happen, you did. That's it. It's gonna be then the movie The Terminator, extermination. Your extermination really gonna come, man. Then you're gonna truly have a Holocaust. Right? So with that, we're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Wow, Baba Ball.
Abba,